Hello, this is Roy calling of the Speaking Podcast, and welcome to episode number 11. This episode is with Jaroslaw Rogowski, who is founder of the global Krag Maga Academy. He's also a TEDx speaker, and he covers a lot of topics, so it's a very interesting episode. As always, you can find all our episodes on speakingpodcast.com. We've been lucky to actually get to number 5 in the education charts this year already. So we're trying to improve on that. So I would greatly appreciate positive reviews. And also if you can share with your friends if you like what you hear. And every episode is different. So I encourage you, if you haven't listened to all of them, go back and listen from the start. And sometimes you might listen a few times just to take some notes the next time. You'll find us on Instagram and YouTube on Speaking Podcast, and I'd like to thank all the listeners for the positive reviews that I've seen. So please enjoy this week's episode.
Hello everybody, I'm here with Jaroslaw Rogowski. I'm basically a tactical trainer. I've met him about 5 years ago doing Krag Maga, but I've recently met him doing a TEDx speech, which was excellent. So please welcome Jaroslaw.
Thank you very much for invitation, and first of all, sorry for my English. I'm not the best grammatical speaker in the world, but I learn every day. I start to learn my English very late.
No, we always can communicate, so don't worry about the English. So I just want to, we'll get deep into your training and your tactical training and for officers and everything, but I just want to learn about your journey with public speaking. When you were younger, what was your life with
public speaking? I started my public speaking about 5-6 years ago, and I started because I was afraid of. And my life idea and my goal is to do everything I'm afraid most. Do you remember the scene from the Bodyguard? It was father of Kevin Costner speaking with Whitney Houston, and they talking about him, that he was going through everything he was afraid of. So I try to be like this Kevin Costner from The Bodyguard.
Push the barrier.
Yeah, push the barrier, like the English. For me, it's new to speak to the audience in English. So every day I'm learning something, and thank you for the opportunity to teach myself English speaking with you.
And how long are you doing the martial arts? Because what I find strange is I started when I was 16, and I've been telling the listeners that public speaking, I've only 2 years ago that started and got out of it. But when I was 16, I started doing martial arts, and I had no problem screaming, or even a few years later teaching people. Mm-hmm. That wasn't fair to me. Mm-hmm. But for you, was it ever when you started doing martial arts, was it anything that you were nervous with, the speaking side or the screaming side?
Martial arts and the combat systems helps you with self-confidence and speaking. I am trainer and coach since I'm 17, because I started my journey in martial arts when I was 9, from judo, wrestling, boxing, kickboxing, and then slowly go forward with a lot of other martial arts. But now I feel that it helps me with public speaking, of course, even when my grammar is,
But I presume most of the time you're probably speaking in Polish anyway.
Polish, but when I travel the world, people don't judge me with every word, so I stop to worry about every single time, is it good or bad, because as we spoke before, the communication is the most important thing. Exactly. So now I go back from Italy. I did a instructor course, 5 days, 11 hours per day, and it was in English all the time. So learning, watching BBC or other stuffs, some applications, and performing and learning every day.
No, brilliant.
Yeah.
And like the TEDx, you've recently did TEDx on stage. Tell me, how did that come about, and how you prepared for it, and your whole journey?
I don't know why the TEDx was really stressful for me every day when I work, because I'm a high stress reaction specialist. I'm teaching firms, police, special units also, and it's all about stress. But it was very stressful situation. I know how my brain works under the stress. So they said, if you do something and you prepare for something, the stress is less. But before I go on the stage, I had almost a heart attack. But it was only 5 minutes, and then breathing exercises, all the things and tips I teach people how to calm, how to meditate on themselves, and they said it was quite okay. I was preparing with Sylvia Barartosik. Sylvia, thanks for help. For 2 months of hard work, and I was happy when I finished. So
I heard some fantastic reviews. People thought it was excellent. So.
Thank you very much. It was new topic, because it was about stress, about motivation, about traveling, and about teaching people, how to teach people, and how to create the groups and individuals. So it was a goal to give also some simple advices to people, what to do, and also what not to do.
Okay. And like you mentioned meditation there. So what's your form of meditation? Because I meditate daily, and I think that kind of gets you in a calm state, and also for speaking and everything, that you don't be stressed. What kind of meditation do you use?
The simplest form of meditation. So I observe your mind and don't stop them. I start to meditate when I was 17, from 16 to 17 and a half. I was in China. I spent more than 1 year in the Shaolin Temple as one of the first European guy. And there was some Qigong exercises, meditation. And when I go back from China, I was looking for different forms of meditation, and I found this meditation for me most attractive for me, and it works for me most. So I'm not reading, and I'm not sending some vibrations. I'm just sitting in a correct position and observe my mind, and don't stop them. So for me, this is very good to clear my mind and prepare myself for the day, or sometimes during the day between workshops, I start to relax.
Just being present in the moment.
Yeah, present in the moment, because they said in those years to be present is not easy. You know this. It's when you have your business, when you want to build some skills, to be present is most important.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now I know that you're going to be doing more speaking with your training and going into corporations. You might tell us more about that.
Yeah. Before I was known, known as a trainer. So I'm doing my way of hand-to-hand combat in GKMA Krag Maga, and in the past 90% of my job was teaching people how to defend themselves, how to build the skills of individual and the group, teaching police units, and one day when I was teaching one of the big companies, they said, we don't have a place to train. Can you talk with us? So I said, okay, let's talk. So it was a great speech with interaction and question, and I start to learn more about this. People said that I have something to tell because of my experiences, because of my travel, because of I love what I'm doing, and that's why I start to be also a speaker, sometimes motivational speaker or mentor, but I'm not mentor, I'm not coach, absolutely, but sometimes this is the best word, but I'm not treating myself as a coach or something, but this is some kind of coaching or whatever. Yeah. So to give people advice and tips, what to do, what not to do, and I also learn from the people. They're better than me in some skills. Yes.
Mm-hmm. And when you're motivating, you go into a company, you're obviously trying to make them have confidence as well, which could be regarding their speaking.
Yeah.
So how, what kind of techniques would you use, or how would you organize?
There is a lot of techniques. We use the inspiration. We use special forms of physical training, mixed with understanding psychology, also fighting psychology, because there is a lot of to learn about the fight psychology. Fight psychology can help you with a lot of things. We prepare people for the battle that may never exist, even once. But what you can have from this is build self-confidence, for example, and special skills. So you can use it against attacker, but also when you have your client and you must fight for the contract, for example. That's why the self-confidence is very, very important. And of course, I'm not teaching people how to sell, but they use my skills and my lessons later for their job. Also, I learn their skills for my job. That's why I also learn from you. Before we start this podcast, you tell me some 5 things that I put in my mind, and I will use it. Very good. We learn every day. Yeah,
exactly. And I can see by doing that with the people as well, their negotiation skills when they're actually trying to close a deal would be perfect. So.
Yeah, and about negotiation, they said that the best option they use later for selling, and the things which help them is the crisis negotiation program. This is a special part of training for companies, but also for units, how to speak with not nice guy or woman or aggressor or situation that you need to use your brain, because this is your strongest weapon. We must understand then that during the conflict, the brain is the strongest weapon. If you lose your concentration and your focus during the conflict, you will lose, because we have everything here. So our computer is most important. So when we understand the process from action to reaction, we can also using a scala. So sometimes when someone shout on you that you are stupid and hit you up and whatever, you can just walk to another corner of the street and say, "Hey, sorry, sir. Thank you. Okay, you are better. I'm afraid of you. I go with my family." But sometimes the guy is closer, and you must fight for your life and fight for your family. For example, you are sitting in the car and groups of 3 want to take you out, and you don't know what to do. And because you were in the situation on the high stress reaction training, car defense, for example, you know why you are locked, what can you do, what law told us about this situation, and calm down. Maybe you go around, but maybe you need to make a decision how to hit them with your car. You think that there is some situation that you can use the car to hit someone. Now it's something like irrational. But if you are with your family,
of course,
you will not. We are doing everything we can to pass. Okay, go around or say, guys, stop. But we don't go out because we don't know what will happen. One thing we are sure, or two things. One, that we're gonna dead. We all gonna die. I'm sorry. And the second thing, we don't know what will happen for about 2-3 seconds.
So I think being in a calm state, because your brain works 10 times better when you instead of panicking.
Yeah.
And the vocal side as well. Like other times, having the vocal,
Yeah.
you can put a person in their place if they're trying to. By actually having a strong voice, you can actually scare them. So
And it's about some energy. It's not about special chi energy or jikung. It's just normal that if you train something or you are confident in good way, we are not talking about to be confident with high nose and cocky, something like this, but to walk correct, okay, with no fear in your eyes, and this is very important. Confidence and calm. But if you don't have some skills, your confidence sometimes will not work. That's why we spoke. We need some weapons, or our weapons, our hands, our brain, also verbal. Okay, you can escalate your verbal, because sometimes if you say, "Sir, I'm sorry," he said, "Okay, come on, let's fight." I said, "Hey, please stop." But using voice is also training. I teach my voice also from actors. There are a lot of patterns that you can improve your voice. Okay, even if you don't like your voice, like me, I don't like my voice at all.
Like, it's interesting what you're saying there, because I remember, like, I grew up in a very rough neighborhood, and I had a fight nearly every day.
Yeah.
And I was very small growing up, but once I started doing martial arts and I really embraced it, I didn't have no more fights. And it was more my confidence, as you say, in the walk. It wasn't that I was aggressive or anything. It was just in my own abilities. And I think the vibrations you give out, people can feel it. And whereas you can see sometimes there are people going wrong, the head is down, they cross the street because they're afraid, and that's why they're attacked.
Yeah. You was born in Cork, yeah?
Yeah.
It's Cork. I was in Cork about 10 times. I love this city. And every time we go for training, because one of my headquarters are there, and we go through the streets, and there are a lot of teenagers with this big sticks. What is the name of this game?
Harley.
Yes.
Harley.
Harley stick. Oh, that's the weapon. Oh my God. Try to imagine what can happen when free testosterone teenagers attack you. You can be, champion of something, but stick is stick.
Yeah.
Teenager is teenager. They don't stop. During our learning process and teaching process, we also teach people how to stop, because for some people need to start and they don't know how to start. So different exercises and tools for them. And some people are just too aggressive and can't stop. It's like the joke. The guy is in the court, and okay, what's happened? Why you kill him? Sir, it was like this. I was sitting and eating dinner with my family, and the guy want to rob me and got the knife. So we start to fight, and he fall down on the knife. And what was next? 25 times fall on the knife. So you must know how to stop sometimes. Okay, how to stop, and the beast mode off. Okay, because sometimes you go forward too much.
And is there a technique for that? Because I have seen people you'd hear them saying, "Oh, I saw white and I didn't." Is there can you be conscious and come out of that? This
is whole art. this is whole art, and we have hundreds of exercises and basic 10 exercises how to create your beast, how to express your energy, and where is this beast, okay? Which level of aggression should put the beast out from you, yes? And which level of aggression you can just say, hey guys, stop. I'm not looking for problems, okay? And then you must stop. If the conflict stops, you can jump on someone's head, but why? Then you go to the court. So you must still thinking and still processing in your brain, okay? Because the fighting and because verbal conflict is also fighting, is still looking for ideas how to cheat your opponent and how to find the best solution in correct time, how to break the rhythm and all the stuffs. Yes, and believe in yourself. If you don't believe that you can win the fight or verbal conflict, you lose before you start. So that's why the special skills should be dedicated to special people. Also, in those years, everyone can fight. Everyone can, do the violence, but in the past, look, the samurai time, yes, samurai got the sword. Why? Because he know how to use it, and he was good in training, yes. And the simple guys couldn't get the sword because they were poor, and maybe they killed themselves. Okay, but because of fighting with aggression, they also create the kobudo, because not everyone who is simple is stupid. Sometimes the simple people are more smart than rich people from the highest caste, of course. We can talk about this all day, yes. So special skills for special people. For example, if we do a special workshop, ABC of personal defense training, the most people I have on my course are the businessmen directors. They want to build the special skills because not every time they use bodyguards, and they are very good food for the criminals because they always travel with good cars, with good watches, look good, and when they pass the doors, they must protect themselves. Okay, they start to understand the area of defense. So which distance is good for me to defend against something? Okay, that so every situation they can put something to defend themselves. For example, yes. So you need whole spectrum of skills, and for example, okay, my shirt is like, striking. My trousers are, running away, because it's also very important. And my socks are kicking, for example. So every day I put on myself something. I put my skills on myself. And about the running away, also people don't understand sometimes that it's better sometimes to run away. If I see the knife and he is far and my family is not with me, I will run because I run fast, or I go fast in my car, lock and run.
Live till another day. It's not worth the risk.
Yes, absolutely. So don't be fooled, because real life situation is absolutely different. No bullshits and no fakes. And truth about fighting is brutal. So we must understand what can happen.
And you mentioned you started at 9. I think I was 12. I started doing boxing, and then later kung fu, kickboxing, and stuff like that. But, so what did you do first? For how long in your whole journey?
My journey started when I was 9. My father was colonel in military, and he teach the student physical activities. He also finished the officer school in Wrocław, which was special commando commanders school, and he was also weightlifter. Do some skills, and I always go with him for judo classes or competitions between universities, and that's how I go for judo. Then it was some wrestling, but I was traveling a lot, and I was very curious what Jeet Kune Do is, what karate is. So I do everything which was on the market, and then I focus on the things that I thought it was best for me. So I go to China for 1 year, and then I found in China, in the temple, the Sanda style, which is the full contact style of Kung Fu. And after I finished, I found Krag Maga. So I started to travel a lot to Israel. And at the same time, when I train Krag Maga, I do wrestling, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, boxing, kickboxing, and learn from the guys better than me, because it's very important to teach from the people that can break your neck or kick your ass. So I'm still cooperating with good guys with a lot of systems, learning from each other and doing a lot of good things. For example, now I go to one of the best Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu school in Warsaw, and we will do a self-defense seminar and some good workshops how to defend and fighting with knife, for example. And we forget to this 3 hours of sport jiu-jitsu. All the guys from the club are extremely good fighters, Thai boxers, and for these 3 hours we will focus on the different way of thinking about the violence, that because in the real violence you don't have barriers, and you need to use your body and your brain as a real weapon. So you can choose always the solution. When I'm with my family and some drunk guy will say, "Hey," to my wife, "Hey, baby, why kick his ass?" I say, "Sir, please, okay, don't touch him, okay, just please hold, okay, maybe give him 2 zloty and go." But if the situation escalate and the situation is aggressive, you use common objects and do what you must. But since a lot of years, I didn't have a lot of situations because of because of crisis negotiation. You can use all the things you teach people to yourself, and that's why you don't need to fight a lot. But on training, yeah, but on the streets, why?
Well, I'd encourage people to actually follow your Instagram and your Facebook, because like even in the car, people attacking you in the car, and sometimes I've seen you have the goggles when there's a knife in it. Like you do some serious training, but it's brilliant because you're showing real life situations.
We try to do as real as possible, but we need to understand that the safety is also important. Not everyone on my training are the skills guys. Sometimes they are 40 years over guys. They want to learn something and they don't want to do 100 push-ups, pull-ups and fighting. They want to know something, some tips. And then if they want to go forward, okay, let's take care about them. So that's the goal. Yeah.
No, it's been fantastic. So what I'll do is I'll let everybody know how to contact you. Like, you're planning on traveling around the world to go to corporations and everything. So do you have a website that people can?
Yeah, I travel the world with seminars, and we have also a headquarters in which city. So a lot of people come, train, join. We have camps. We have special programs for women. My website is jarosławrogowski.pl. Also invite everyone on my Instagram, Jaroslaw Rogowski szkolenia. I realized after a few months ago that on my private account on the Facebook, Jaroslaw Rogowski, there is not a lot of space for other people because it's 5,000 people.
Exactly.
So every week I delete the people which I really don't know, about 20 or 30, but I realized that most of these 5,000 people, less or more, I know these people. Yeah. Okay, so
what you can actually do is create a Facebook group, and then people can follow you. So then there's no limit to that. So you can
of course. Also, we have the group on the Facebook which is called GKMA. So everyone invited, and I love my job. If someone want to learn something, okay, we are open. And I also take you for my private class, and we'll do some podcasts from this training. Okay.
Okay. So thanks very much. Really.
Thank you very much for watching. All best. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for the invitation.
So I hope you enjoyed the episode as much as I did. As you could have heard, I enjoy martial arts, so that was an interesting one for me, as well as uncovering a lot of items regarding speaking during that. So, as always, you can find us on speakingpodcast.com. Our Facebook group is Speaking Podcast, so make sure that you subscribe, because we currently have one book and we'll have a few more as well to be given away. So when you're subscribed, you'll see the details on that. You get a free book. You'll find us on Instagram and YouTube, speakingpodcast.com. As always, share and a positive review would be greatly appreciated. See you soon. Take care.